Salve, salve moçada, eu sou o Show dos Pampas. Vamos continuar as missões da Irmandade do Aço, diretamente aqui do Forte Atlas, onde nós paramos recentemente. Ah, tá, só trocando de arma, não. Fica com esse aqui. Vai com esse aqui agora. Pronto, perfeito. Putz, não é com ela que eu tenho que falar. É que é com ela. Deixa eu trocar uma ideia com ela aqui, porque ela vai me falar.
What do you need, Initiate? Social conversations with a superior officer are not appropriate, soldier. I won't tell if you won't. My mission in life is to help others and restore the world to what it once was. The Brotherhood of Steel is aligned with those goals, in addition to the preservation of technology. The resources that the Brotherhood can provide will assist me in accomplishing my mission. I will be at the forefront of rebuilding society.
Massa. Eu tenho um objetivo de vida, Paladino.
I'm originally from the California branch of the Brotherhood of Steel. I was posted near Mariposa before the bombs fell, and I learned that some members of the U.S. military had created an organization to help people. As a member of the U.S. military, joining up with the Brotherhood was a natural transition for me.
Ela é uma das pessoas que sabe da Mariposa Base, aquela onde surgiu os primeiros supermutantes.
I was in the National Guard. Helping those who are less fortunate has always been a passion of mine. Being able to help protect my community was an experience I'll never forget. But now, my mission is to protect you and the other people of Appalachia. Elder Roger Maxson is our leader back in California, and is the person who sent us on our mission to Appalachia.
Roger Maxson.
Sure. Sounds good to me. It's a beautiful land, and the people are resourceful. We will do everything we can to support them.
Boa. Appalachians.
All of us have taken the inoculation, but thank you for inquiring. It means a lot to me that the people of Appalachia care for the well-being of others. They've done well to build such capable communities on the broken bones of the old world. Foundation is charming, and I admire their workmanship. The people of Crater may be more complicated, but I refuse to judge their group based on our past encounters with raiders. Over time, I'd like to build a lasting relationship with both of these settlements.
Massa, gostei dessa Paladina.
Did I slip up again? Old habits die hard. I hope you'll be patient with us Western... Certainly. Certainly. Tell me which one you'd like to discuss. There have been no more threats from Blood Eagles. Even so, the nearby swamp creatures give the villagers trouble from time to time. They don't have much in the way of self-defense. As such, we must strive to expand the Brotherhood's reach across Appalachia, and make it a safe home for settlements such as theirs.
Boa.
George Putnam came by with a basket of homegrown potatoes as a token of his family's appreciation. I was pleased to tell him what a boon Colin has been as an assistant to Scribe Valdez. Your service to the Brotherhood so far is appreciated, Initiate. I'd like to see more of it. If you have any additional questions about your duties, Knight Shin is in charge. First and foremost, our mission is to restore society and preserve any technology that will assist us in that goal. In addition,
Tá, e a outra
we're
secreta?
investigating what happened to the previous Brotherhood members from Fort Defiance. It is important that we establish a new foothold here, which will allow us to aid the people.
O besta tá chamuscante, caralho.
Yes. We lost contact with the group shortly before their mission to attack the Scorched, and we are unsure of their fate. Regardless of what may have occurred, their selfless courage is commendable.
Beleza.
As you know, the ultrasight battery discovered underneath Atlas is a promising development. Anything else that the Brotherhood could use to expand our capabilities would be of merit to our mission. I'd love to answer.
Each day in service of the Brotherhood is a step forward.
Obrigado, Claudina. Tchau, tchau. Provavelmente mais pra frente eu vou ter que decidir de lado de quem eu vou ficar, se é do lado desse cuzão aqui do Shin ou dos outros.
Good. To review the current situation, one of our patrols located a cache of dangerous weapons in a raider storeroom. Stolen Brotherhood weapons, no less. Your assignment is to secure the storeroom for the Brotherhood, and the weapons along with it. I'll put together a squad and meet you there. But given the situation, it's imperative you arrive there as soon as possible. Any questions, Initiate? I should put negligence on your record for asking that question. Lucky for you, if you can recall your last assignment. It had to do with putting down the same kind of rocket launchers were discovered in the possession of some raiders from Crater. Needless to say, that's a problem, and we are going. Care. Are you insinuating this is a personal matter? I am carrying out the Brotherhood's mission. The reason our logo is on those weapons is because we swore to keep them out of civilian hands. Now it's time to fix our mistake. One last thing. I find it unlikely the raiders will be willing to talk until after we send them a very clear message. If any of them are still alive after that, we can question them. But priority one is that will be all.
Pra minhas esquerdas, pra cá que eu tenho que ir. Beleza. Caralho, um fodendo Red Scorpion. É, velho, mas sei daí, meu. Falando nisso, deixa eu dar uma olhadinha como é que tá minha reputação com os invasores. Amigável. Proteja o depósito dos invasores. Cheguei. Refúgio improvisado. Interessante, isso aqui é quase um vault.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Did the Brotherhood send you? I gotta say, you're doing a good job representing them. Dressed up in all that clunky armor. It's wrong of me to judge by appearances, though. Why don't you introduce yourself? Can't argue with that. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't slightly curious about all the heavily armored personnel who just showed up behind you.
This vault and all material goods within are hereby under possession of the Brotherhood of Steel. This requisition will aid us in the preservation of technology and the protection of mankind. Your compliance will ensure your safety.
You know, I'm interested in hearing more about this protection of mankind business. I suppose killing a few no-good raiders is an easy price to pay for the benefit this measly little vault will provide for us as a species. Is that it?
I repeat, your compliance will ensure your safety. Not that I'd expect a simple-minded brute to understand.
Resorting to name-calling already. I have to say, I'm disappointed. Thought I'd be able to speak to someone civilized from a big-shot organization like yours. What about you, Forward Scout? Think we can work this one out? Or are your underpants in as tight of a bunch as Mr. Compliance over there?
Invasor.
You did what?
Oh, so that was you. Meg's mentioned your name here and there. Don't worry, only good things. She placed a lot of trust in you back then, and it seems to have paid off. All right then. I don't know what's possessed you to put your lot in with the Brotherhood of Steel, but I'm sure there's more to that story. Just don't expect to use the same excuse more than once. And, humor me on one thing. This place doesn't offer us any strategic leverage over the Brotherhood. If anything, you're gonna waste more resources protecting a place so far away from your home base. So then, it must be the weapons that are important to you. What's so special about these rocket launchers that a top-ranking member would come to collect them himself?
I don't know how you became aware of our internal hierarchy, but it's irrelevant to the situation. You will leave the weapons in the vault and disperse. Now.
How much? Do you seriously take orders from this constipated suit of metal?
As armas são propriedade da Irmandade, não toleramos os roubos. Não vai ser bom para nós terrorizar as pessoas. Sinceramente, não sei nada sobre as armas.
Finally, some honesty.
The initiate doesn't know what they're talking about.
You don't give your subordinates enough credit. In any case, I got the answer I wanted. We're heading back to Crater. This stash isn't worth it.
Not so fast. Tell us where you got those weapons from.
Ooh, sorry. I don't discuss Raider affairs on Brotherhood territory. If you really want to know, you can come talk to me in Crater. The rookie should know the way. Send them. Oh, and, Mr. Knight, learn to relax your face muscles a little.
Ai, humilhou o cara.
We completed the first part of our mission. And in the process, uncovered an enlightening piece of news about our new initiate. That means you. When did you plan to disclose your previous relationship with Crater?
Quer dizer que você quer dizer que não podia me contar? Quer dizer que não podia me contar.
As someone who's pledged my loyalty to a dedicated cause, no, I don't. In order to achieve its mission, the Brotherhood doesn't have the luxury to be pleasant with everyone. Now that you're one of us, you'd better internalize that, and quickly. Moving forward, we still need to track down the weapon source. That man appeared to know something. I don't care how you get it out of him, but make sure you get it. We'll set up some Protectrons to guard it, and transfer the weapons back to Fort Atlas. After that, it can be used as an intermediate storehouse for anything our patrols find in the northern part of Appalachia. I
Interessante.
thought the raiders were bad enough before that vile cretin opened his mouth. And we just let him... This is off topic, Initiate. Don't ask me a question like that again. This is your top...
Vai querer encarar ou cavaleiro Shin?
Weapons spread, the more difficult it will be to track down all of them.
Pierce da cratera. E aí, Pierce, qual é que foi?
Can't believe they had the nerve to just barge in like that. That knight acts like some kind of righteous savior.
I told you. And they're only gonna get more confident.
I won't let them. Do we have their patrol routes yet? A couple ambushes ought to take them down a notch.
We'll have to discuss this later. We've got a visitor.
So, you really came? Huh. To be honest, I didn't expect the Brotherhood to show its face around here with anything less than a fully armored battalion. Life is just full of surprises, isn't it? So, what can I do for you, oh honorable emissary of steel? Oh, right! The weapons! After they got forcibly confiscated from us, I almost forgot about them. See, the thing is, you and your metal buddies put me in a pretty tight spot back there. There are people here in Crater depending on me. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it back to them. So I prioritized a little bit. Getting home to those people was more important than being completely sincere to a group of heavily armed tyrants. So if you're looking for help with your little weapon problem, you can look somewhere else.
Don't you think you're being stubborn, Pierce? We have a good little Brotherhood peon here at our disposal. We can make use of that.
We've been over this. There's no compromising with people like the Brotherhood. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
We don't know that yet for sure. Besides, everyone has their own motivations. Our visitor might have one worth talking about.
I won't rely on a betrayal to take them down. You should know that. I have nothing left to discuss. I've given you my answer, Initiate. Now for your sake, I'd suggest you don't stick around.
Hey, you. Don't leave yet. I've got something to say. Don't mind Pierce, he's stubborn. Holds too tightly to his morals. I'll tell you about the weapons, but you're gonna need to give me something in return. Interested? With that attitude, I'm surprised you're working with them in the first place. But that's your business. I want intel on the Brotherhood. Records, roster, correspondence. You've got people specialized in keeping track of that sort of thing, right? Transfer their data onto this holotape and bring it back to me. Then I'll tell you what you want to know.
Mm-hmm.
We're not on friendly terms with the Brotherhood. What do you think we're gonna do with it? Don't worry. If the Brotherhood is as powerful as they are confident, then it shouldn't make any difference, right? How do you know about our war room? About that vault where you ambushed Pierce? We have eyes the same way you do. Remember it. This isn't a betrayal. It's just good business sense.
Interessante.
Toodles.
Now the settlers want to rebuild. They're only looking to the future. We need to understand the past as well.
Vamos ver o que a gente descobre aqui com a Liba.
Doesn't make these repairs. What can I do for you? Or did you come to lend a hand?
The elders have so much to teach us.
Sure. Always happy to. I'd like to reverse engineer it and make more, of course. With the amount of energy it can unleash, we could power all kinds of... Think of how how far a vertibird could fly on ultrasight power.
Ia ser massa.
No, I don't think so. As much as I'd love to, we're too short-handed, and I just don't have that kind of expertise. We'll have to make do with learning what we can from the project for now. Sure thing. About me. California. Though, truth be told, I've spent most of my parents joined the Brotherhood when I was very young, so I grew up in the Order.
Salve, Fernando.
Really? How rare. You'll have to let me interview you sometime. I'd love to know more about the vaults. I have a lot to take care of while we get settled in here, but I'll get back to you on this. Don't worry.
Never forget the heroes of Fort Defiance.
I've always got time for you.
Caralho,
Raiders, huh? If they're anything like the raiders we've encountered on the expedition route, then my guess is the situation isn't pretty. All right. How can I help? I
boa.
think I understand. The funny thing about data is you don't know what's real or not. Not unless you gathered it yourself. To be honest, I was working on encrypting my terminal for this kind of situation. So, if anyone accessed it who wasn't supposed to, they would just get false info and none would be the wiser. I didn't finish, but you can still use the fake data I created. Should be clearly labeled in the files. Just, don't select the wrong one. This is the raiders we're talking about. It'd be bad news if they got an advantage on us. Worse, if the Knight found out it was because of me.
Beleza, os dados falsos que a gente vai querer. Você também não trabalha com programação?
Well, you know,
Incrível.
Trying to help where? Rusty nails and live wires are fun and all, but sometimes it's also nice to write code without having... Not a problem.
This is my
Ok, vamos carregar o... Eu vou falar desse registro pessoal permanentes que... do observatório.
wasteland is hell.
Carrega o disco da China em um terminal.
One day I'll make night. Show those leaders who's boss.
Scorched
O
bread.
disco da China.
I've seen nothing like it. I wonder if I could get my hands on a sample.
Carregar dados do terminal, arquivos dummy.
Protection. I have everything I need here.
Transferir os dados do disco arquivos dummy da Valdez.
I wonder what legacy I'll leave to the scrolls. Let's talk. Maybe we'll both learn something.
Ah, tá, não tem como eu falar.
You've got the holotape? Because you want to know where we got those Brotherhood logo rocket launchers from. And working with me is the only way you're gonna find. Good, thanks. The weapons don't have one source. Some of them we looted off a group of unfortunate settlers. We've also traded them among ourselves. Some old friends visited Crater a while back wielding that firepower, claiming they earned it in a fight. They were bragging about it till the day they left. Said they sent some big armored folks running. I can't confirm that the losers were Brotherhood, but that was your logo on the side of those weapons, wasn't it? Doesn't matter to me. Now, I told you what I know. With any luck, we won't talk again.
Tem uma resposta pra ela, será? Quer dizer, quando ela também tinham elas?
Yep. They may or may not have more, but they've definitely come in contact with them. West. They said they passed through Ohio before coming here. I don't know how much further out they went. They wouldn't shut up about it, so I learned to tune it out pretty quick. But I do remember them passing around a helmet with a bullet hole through its visor. A trophy from the fallen. Don't change your mind. This was a one-time offer, and it's one that neither of us will speak of again.
Tá bom.
Don't get in the way.
Keep fighting out there.
Ah, ele tá aqui embaixo.
I see you returned from Crater. Standing by for your report. That's not what I was hoping to hear. All right. Tell me about the sources. I see. And are those raiders still at Crater? It can't be helped then. We need to focus on Appalachia for the moment. Without more information, it's impossible to say. We fought plenty of raider groups across the entire expedition route.
Não.
Are you ready to
Fala
give your...
aquelas de ouro. Ah, que sacanagem.
All right. Foundation 2. This is bad. Worse than I thought. At this rate, all of Appalachia will be toting these rocket launchers. All because of... Forgive me, Initiate. I lost my composure. We need to follow up with Foundation as soon as possible. So that's everything. That was a thorough report. The Brotherhood appreciates your diligence looking into this matter. Our next step is to deal with Foundation. Paladin Romani already had plans to establish contact, so she'll want to hear about this. No need to expound everything. I'll follow up later with a more detailed report.
Aham, pau no cu.
That's classified information, Initiate. Not every operation runs perfectly. All you need to know. A knight's helmet? It must be. 2 other knights embarked with us from the west coast. Knight Thornberry returned partway through the journey. Knight Connors gave his life in honorable service to the Brotherhood. Show the proper respect when asking about him. To think they held onto his helmet like a trophy. It's unforgivable. Ad Victorium. Ad Victorium.
Tá, tu já me deu tchau, cara.
We should spend less time mourning for Defiance, more time here, where Appalachia's future will be decided.
Valeu, moçada. Vou ficando por aqui. Se você gostou de mais uma parte desse vídeo de história das missões da Irmandade do Aço, do Fallout 76, deixa um joinha, um comentário, espalhe a palavra para seus amigos, beleza? Valeu, falou!